we're going to talk about the 4 divorces. When you're ending a marriage, unwinding a relationship, they say there are 4 different divorces. There's the spousal divorce, sometimes referred to as the emotional divorce, the financial divorce, the parenting divorce, and the legal divorce. So the spousal divorce or the emotional divorce, this is where you unwind your emotional and psychological connection to your partner. For many people, by the time you get to really talking about it and thinking about it, this has already happened, or at least it's already happened for one person. And statistically, the person who decides or who initiates the conversation has been thinking about this ending the relationship, ending the marriage for between 3 and 6 years before actually taking any action. So the other person often sort of feels blindsided, but this is where you're going to spend probably a significant portion of your emotional energy, which is thinking about how this plays out and readjusting to what your life is going to be like emotionally without this other person that is in your life all the time and you're connected to and dependent on for some reason, especially if you have kids, because you're continuously interacting when you have children. The second divorce, the financial divorce, is where you'll spend the next most amount of time. And this is where you are unwinding your financial connections to one another and creating 2 separate, financially independent individuals. Again, this is also an area that produces a lot of the most fear because it's unknown how you're going to maintain 2 households, especially if you have children. If you don't have children, it ends up being a little bit more manageable for most people. But again, maintaining 2 households is more expensive than maintaining 1. So this is where you'll spend the second most amount of time. The third divorce, the parenting divorce, obviously doesn't apply to everybody, but in the parenting divorce, we're going to figure out where your children are going to sleep and what the schedule looks like. And maybe you'll have some ground rules for how to raise the children in each household. And the fourth and final divorce, the legal divorce, this is where your lawyer puts in the paperwork that a judge signs and stamps it and says you're divorced. So the legal divorce is actually probably the most predictable and easiest to accomplish out of all of these because it's really just memorializing what you have decided between the 2 of you and put on paper. So those are the 4 divorces. And I am going to talk about each of these in other videos, which you can look for on the channel. So subscribe to my channel for updates. You'll get notifications when I post a new video, and you can learn more about all of these things.